Good morning. Good morning. Let's do a live Q&A. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. Let's get some volume. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. I'm a house sitter. I'm the creator of House Sitter School. I am one of the creators of Exodus Summit, and I help Black women take a sabbatical, move abroad, bop around as a digital nomad, become a house sitter, okay? If these things sound good to you and you're into Black women embracing ease and community, please take a second and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. Also, ring the notification bell, please. Turn on notifications so that you will be notified when I post a new video or when I go live with my friends like today. Welcome. Okay, good morning, everybody. Hi, look at where I am. I'm back. I'm back. All right, so I'm back in exotic Dover, Delaware after a summer of house sitting, or like a late summer of house sitting. And nice to see you guys. How's everybody? Okay, good. All right, so today I don't have anything prepared, and it's for a couple of reasons. Number one, I just got in from Savannah, Georgia last night. I got in before 11, and I got stood up by Rashida's. I'm gonna say it. I got stood up by Herman Dow because I really want. I thought I was gonna ask Herman Dow to be a guest, and I thought she was gonna say yes, and she was like no. And so I don't know if I should have said that part right there, but just act like you didn't hear that part. And I'm preparing for my trip to Costa Rica next Saturday. And so I don't have anything slated, nothing on the agenda for today. So today we'll just do a Q&A. You ask me some questions, I'll answer some questions, and we'll see. We'll see what we cover. If you want to cover something we haven't covered in a while, bring it up. Okay? Yeah. Okay. That's what we're going to do. I can't think of anything we haven't covered in a while, but whatever. Bring it up. Ask it. Okay? All right. All right. I got back in last night. I drove 11 hours yesterday, at least, from Savannah to Dover. It was a pretty easy ride. First time in my whole summer road trip driving around that I didn't get rain, right? There was no rain at all yesterday in my trip from Savannah to Dover. So that was good because that would have been annoying. I had rain pretty much every time I had to go from one city to the next, right? I'm going from Birmingham to Daytona for a house sit. I'm going from Daytona to, where did I go? Fort Myers. Every place I went, there was heavy, heavy, heavy summertime down south rains, like storms. But no rain yesterday, so I made it. I made it. I made it back. I don't like the way this looks. Let's see. I don't like that either. I bought all those marker things from Maybelline. Yeah. Okay. So we'll talk about whatever until y'all are through with me. Okay. That's the agenda for today. I feel my hair feels really good, but it doesn't look really good. Okay. Okay. All right. And then you let me know. Okay. So I told you I don't have a session. I don't have a thing today because I've been working on a lot of other things. I've been working on Exodus Summit this week. Monday, Labor Day, Rashida and I are announcing more sessions for Exodus Summit 2022. Super exciting. We met with some speakers yesterday, so it's rolling along. If you don't have your ticket yet to Exodus Summit 2022, get your ticket. Copy, paste. Okay, Exodus Summit is a virtual summit. It's an online summit for Black women planning their sabbatical, their move abroad, their digital nomad life. Okay, it's online October 8th through 10th, right? All online October 8th through 10th, and tickets are available at exodussummit.com. Okay, get your tickets for Exodus Summit now at exodussummit.com. The early bird ticket goes away Monday, which is Labor Day 2022. And then pricing increases the 12th, the Monday after. So price does go up Monday after. I don't know if it's on Monday or after Monday. I don't know. September 12th. Okay, so get your tickets now because Rashida knows the date. There are things that I know. There are things Rashida knows. Okay, Rashida knows when the price goes up. I know it's a week after Labor Day, but I don't know if it happens on Monday or Tuesday or Sunday. Okay? All right. All right. I'm going to keep fooling with this color until I get what I want. I want more purple. Okay? Thank you, Kemi. Oh, I did. Now I got like a rust color. Thank you, Kemi. I love wearing pastels. And I love wearing jewel tones. I love wearing colors. I love it. I feel like my skin is like, girl, yes, do that. Thank you. Hello, Sonia. Thank you, RJ. Thank you, guys. All right. Okay, let's go back. Let's see. Did you ask me some questions? Because let's get this Q&A queuing. Okay, let me scroll. What questions did you ask me? Anybody got any questions? If you don't have any questions, you know I'll just talk. You know I will just talk. All right? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, good morning, everyone. Question. Hi, Sandra, Scott Voice. Hi, good morning. Okay, let me take a drink. If you had to retire in the U.S., what city or state would you choose and why? This is a question that I can't answer. If I needed to retire in the U.S., it depends on if I needed to go. Was I retiring here so that I could travel a lot, like Snowbird? Am I talking about going to the least expensive place? If so, I would probably retire to Michigan, right? Even though I hate winter weather, right? Even with hating winter weather, if the thing was that I wanted to travel, live in a more budget-friendly place so that I could travel a lot or snowbird a lot or have a place in Mexico or Costa Rica for the winter part-time, probably Michigan. Michigan is on the top of the list for cheapest places for retirees in the U.S. So I would consider that. If we're talking about I have to live there, right? If we're talking about a place where I retire and live, I mean, I would have to go to Florida, right? I think, even though I don't, right? So Florida's politics are a big problem. But the weather, the weather for the cost of living, the fact that you can live on or near a beach for that cost of living, you can't do in California. I wouldn't want to live in Alabama. As bad as Florida is, Alabama's worse. I wouldn't choose Alabama. Maybe one of the Carolinas. South Carolina looks like they are not, like infrastructurally, South Carolina looks like a headache. Right now, just being a person who has driven through a few states. Okay, I've never lived in South Carolina. You know, I don't mind forming opinions based on a few pieces of visual data, right? I don't even need data. Just let me see some things. I will form my own opinion on it, okay? South Carolina looks like it is not well taken care of. And North Carolina is more expensive, I think, than Florida. Am I right about this? I think Georgia's a no. So I don't know. Okay, so my answer is probably Michigan. I would retire someplace in Michigan where I could afford to be gone for 3 to 6 months out of the year. I think. Michigan or Tennessee, right? I don't know. None of these places have good politics. Like, none of these places are places where you can feel safe that they're going to protect me. I don't know. This is a question, my first answer is the real answer. I can't answer this question. I would not. I wouldn't. Now, in Exodus Summit 2022, we have a speaker coming in. Oh, shoot. I can't announce speakers, but we may or may not have a speaker talking about taxes and if you should establish residency in a certain state, in a different state before you move abroad for tax purposes. Okay. So I would probably look at the money, because I don't know, there's no place that I would be able to afford to retire in the US with good politics, right? California is like on a progressive roll at the moment, but who can afford to retire there, right? Who, how do they, I don't understand how people even live there, let alone retire there. So, yeah. Okay, so Jessica's saying Florida's too expensive too. I said may or may not. I said we may or may. Good morning. I'm tired. I don't know. I can't get it together. Um, I don't have an answer for that question. I don't think I would. I don't think I would. I don't think, based on my money situation. Here, you can't open the door. It's locked. You have to go through the bathroom. Thank you. Connie Perry interrupted my video. So I don't have an answer. Good morning.
Good morning.
What is this?
You'll try your
Thank
letter.
you. Do you want to be on camera?
Good morning, everybody.
Thank you. Like every time we interviewed a speaker and she had a child, the child got on camera during the interview. This is Connie Perry getting on camera during my work. Every time we interviewed a speaker, the kid was like,
Because you're back home and I'm happy.
okay, I'm happy too, Mom. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I don't, so, okay. All that talking for me to be like, I don't think I could do it. I don't know how I would do it. I don't know how. I don't know. What are y'all doing? Right? We're leaving. We're leaving. But come to Exodus Summit 2022 so that you can get a better grasp on the situation of, a better grasp on if it would be better, more helpful financially for you to change your state of record, your residency in a state of, y'all, do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, let me get myself, she brought me some ginger beer. It's going to make me choke. Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, thank you. Whew. Y'all know. Okay, thank you. That was good, Mom. Thank you. Everyone says hi. Okay, everybody says hi. I hope you can see that, Mom. Okay. She's my mini-me. She's every time we interview someone, every time we talk to a speaker, their kid was like, that's Connie Perry. All right. Everybody says hi, Mom. Okay. All right. So the first question, I don't think I have a good answer for you, but come to Exodus Summit so that you can get a better answer, because my answer is hopeless. So come to Exodus Summit 2022. Go to exodussummit.com so you can get a better answer. Jillian Nicole, we know you're going to Costa Rica to scout adoption options. Could you elaborate on the research process you did? How did you eliminate certain countries, marital status, religion, age, all of that? Some countries eliminated me based on my marital status and my age. Plenty of countries eliminated me. Lots of Africa was like, girl, no. We don't want your single self raising our kids. Must be a 2-parent household. That was it, right? Where can I, a single woman approaching 50, adopt? Because Haiti's cutoff is 50, and the process in Haiti takes 2 or 3 years. I'm already 48. I'm not even going to be ready to really get started. I don't have a home, right? I'm not going to be ready to get started until 2023 when I get a home, like an actual home, right? Then I can start the process. And so Haiti's a no, right? So yes, marital status, age. I don't know that anyone, I don't know that religion is something that I need to be thinking about. I haven't thought about it. I don't know that anyone is like eliminating me based on my religion or heretic status, right? I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think. If I'm missing something, y'all tell me, okay? So I wanted a country that would let me adopt first, okay? A country that has the Hague that is a part of the Hague agreement, the Hague adoption, there's a word for it. Okay, so there's some countries that have like these standards, right? Basically, we're not selling babies, and we're going to go through these certain processes to make sure that we do things the right way, right? So a country that is part of that agreement, and then a country where I knew that I could get a black kid, right? Mexico is a place where I could adopt, I know, and Mexico is a place where I could live happily, I know. But I don't know that I could get a black kid in Mexico. So that was it. So my other choices beyond Costa Rica include Portugal. There are black Portuguese people, right? There are black people in Portugal, right? It's also an option. It just looked less clear. I'm much more clear on Costa Rica being a real legitimate option for me than I am with Costa Rica. I mean, I said that backwards. I'm more clear about Costa Rica than I am about the process in Portugal. Other options, Puerto Rico, right? In Puerto Rico and Panama, right? So there are other options besides Costa Rica. So if I get to Costa Rica and I say, you know what, this isn't going to work for me because I need to live there for 3 years or so while we're doing this thing. If I just can't live and work in Costa Rica, those are my backup, my other options that I need to then scout out. Panama, Portugal, Puerto Rico. Yeah, Costa Rica, there is a lot of good information on the internet about Americans adopting in Costa Rica. So I just feel more prepared than I do about the other options. I don't like to do things from scratch. I want somebody else to tell me how they did it, including adoption. And I have that with Costa Rica. So that's how, and I've been to Costa Rica and I just really enjoyed my time there, even though it was just a vacation. And even though I was in the jungly part and the beach, not in the city, not in the valley, I did like it. And people were good to me. And I got the feeling that it was a place where I could go and have a community, because I also want to be in a place where even if I'm a single parent, I don't parent alone, or I don't singly do all of the labor, right? I'm very clear after talking with Ashley in Africa on her channel about dividing the labor of parenting and the parenting, right? We confuse the labor with the parenting. And she was very clear when we talked on my channel a few months ago about how she does not have to do all of that labor. She doesn't have to cook for her kids, right? And doesn't have to do the laundry, doesn't have to clean up the kitchen every night to be a good mother. She can pay someone. She lives in Tanzania right now, lives in East Africa, where she can afford to pay someone to do those things so that she can do the parenting instead of focusing on the labor of parenting. I want that too, right? I want to be in a place where I can afford to have a team, right? I want a team. I am not team do it all by myself. And I think that in Costa Rica, I could afford help and I could have friends, right? A community of people who are, parents who are doing things together. I think a lot of expat communities do this better than American communities. Not, I think, right? It's true. A lot of the expat communities do child raising in a more community way. And I want that kind. I want to be that kind of parent, right? I don't want to have to take my kid to school and pick her up from school. Like, seriously, I don't want to do that, right? Could I be in a place where we take turns? This is my week. This is your week, right? So I think that Costa Rica is just a place that fits those needs. I'll be there next week, so we'll find out if some of the things I'll be able to see, like money, what the money's like, and see if it's really, is what I think it is. And maybe I'll be able to meet some friends while I'm down there, because there are lots of Black and brown women from other places in Costa Rica, and then just the regular Costa Rican people. So we'll see what I can do about making some friends, to go into some meetups or something. Asia, that's freeing. I'm not attracted to the labor of parenting. Yeah, I'm too old to be doing all of that. I can't do all of that. I need a lot of sleep. As you can see, I told y'all I got in here before 11 p.m. yesterday, and look how tired I look. I slept from probably 1 to 8. So that's 7 hours. I got 7 hours of sleep last night. And look how tired I look and confused I sound. I need my sleep. Yes, right? So I think it's going to be a good choice. I did not experience anti-Black treatment in Costa Rica. There are Black Costa Ricans. And I didn't, but I was like I said, I was only there for vacation time, right? I was there on vacation. So I don't know is the answer. I know Marina, who is the global Black girl. Marina loves Costa Rica. She's Black. She's from LA. Southern Californians seem to be a good measure of how anti-Black people are, because Southern Californians will detect things that people from an Atlanta person would not detect, right? An Atlanta person is used to these white people being these white people and will be like, oh yeah, they're fine. And you get there and you're actually like, no, they're not fine. They're not treating you well, right? But a Southern Californian or a Brit, Southern Californians and Black Brits seem, again, I'm a person who gets a couple pieces of visual data and I just run with it. Okay. So this is me. This is what I have made up. Okay. But Southern Californians and Black Brits seem to be a good measure of what are these white people talking about? Okay. What are these white people about? If they say the place is okay, it's probably okay. Somebody from Atlanta, all right, somebody from Alabama is going to have a different tolerance level. That's just how it is, right? So I listen to the Southern Californians and I listen to the Black Brits. Marina is a Southern Californian, but I'm going to see for myself. And, yes, I'm going to see for myself and to talk to other people who are there and see what their experiences are. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So Rashida just talked about this the other day on her channel. You can't always go by what other people will say. But I do agree that everyone loves Costa Rica. You can't go by you have to see for yourself, right? But it does give me comfort to know that so many Black women are thriving down there in Costa Rica. Because Marina called it an enclave of Black women who have left the U.S. to live in Costa Rica, some of them with children. I told y'all it's going to choke me. Ginger beer. I'm sorry. Let me switch back to water. Ginger beer, I love it, but I can't. You have to not breathe when you're drinking ginger beer. It's the strangest thing. You have to kind of suffocate yourself. Is it just me? I don't think it's just me. Hi, Abba. Raising my children in the village was the best decision I ever made. I deliberately looked for that environment. How? Okay, so let me talk to you at some point, Abba. Because we want some advice on how, especially because I assumed you raised your kids in the U.S. How? How do you do it? Because Ashley was so right in that interview. If you have children and you want to look at ways that you can take some of the labor of parenting off your plate, watch that video with Ashley in Africa here on my channel. She's so right. People judge you in the U.S. if you don't do everything for your kids, right? If you don't do all of the labor, if you're not your kid's chef, your kids and your husband, right? They expect you to be their chef, their chauffeur, their laundry person, their housekeeper, and they judge you for it if you don't. So we need some better advice on how to do that. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome, Jillian. Hi. All right, so I leave for my scouting trip next week. Next time we talk, I'll be in Costa Rica. Next Saturday. Next time we go live, I'll be in Costa Rica. I'm looking at San Jose, which is the Central Valley, not the beautiful parts, not the parts of Costa Rica that most people move to. I need conveniences. I may have this wrong, which is why I'm taking a scouting trip. I need some conveniences that I don't think I'm going to get in those beach towns that people love so much. But I could be dead wrong. I need the fastest internet Costa Rica can offer, which is already slower than what I'm used to, right? I need the fastest internet it can offer, but I'd also need access, which, believe it or not, is at the beaches, right? Because San Jose was the beaches are where the people with money live, so they were the first to get the fiber optics, whatever, the high speed internet. So going into the city is maybe it may not work for me. Right, but right now I think I want the city because I need some conveniences that I don't think beach life will give me, like the housekeeper, the nanny, the person who can drive the kids to school when I don't want to, right? The person who can do that kind of stuff. I think I need to be in the city to have that kind of life, also, right? To be able to not cook for myself, living in a beach town. I don't. Am I going to be able to get food delivered and get my laundry delivered? I may have it wrong. I'm going on assumptions. So I'm going to check out 3 different neighborhoods in San Jose. If I get there and those don't work, I may learn once I get there that actually what you do want is the beach life, right? Because that's where the fast internet is and there are more conveniences in those beach towns than you think. Being in Curacao last winter, I don't want to live in a beach town based on that experience. I want to visit, but I don't want to live in a beach town. I need more conveniences. I need my food delivered, right? I need my laundry picked up and dropped off. You know, I'm assuming that I can't do these things at a beach town in Costa Rica just because I haven't heard anybody say it yet, right? I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I haven't heard anybody talking about that kind of life. So I'm considering the Central Valley, which is San Jose area, 3 different neighborhoods. But I may get there and learn that nope, this beach city is the better choice. Tammy, what African countries would you suggest based on your list of requirements? My list of requirements includes being able to get back and forth to my parents pretty quickly. So nowhere. Seriously, for me, right? You asked based on my list of requirements. Nobody, right? I enjoy South Africa. The cost of living was good for me when I was there. This was 2017. People were really nice and good, and I ate good, and the weather was good, and like everything. And I was there in their winter, our summer. No, it was like their fall. I got there in April. I think I was there April, May, June. You know what I'm saying? Which is like October, November, December for us. I enjoyed South Africa, but I can't get back and forth as expeditiously as I would need to. For me, none. This is why I talk about my requirements, not our requirements, right? Nothing fits for me. South Africa now has much speedier internet than when I was there, so I could work and run a business from South Africa. Yes, I'm all in on that. If you're talking about adoption requirements, none also. I'm a single woman. They're not into that. They're not into that. There's a devaluing of single women in South Africa, right? In on the continent of Africa, single women are not valued. So none, right? Okay, this is why you get your own list of requirements because Ashley is thriving out there in Tanzania. Okay, you come up with your own list of requirements. Trying to build your life off of my needs is ridiculous because I'm trying to adopt small children, right? I have a whole different set of needs. I need to be in a place where my parents will come and visit me, right? And where we can go and visit my parents. You don't even know my parents. Okay, some of y'all don't even know my parents. So making your list of requirements off of my set of needs is setting yourself up for failure. Come up with your own. If you don't know what you need in a place, what you need is free time. I'm telling you, free time is the path to clarity. Get yourself some serious free time. Free time in a new environment, game changer, life changer. That's the answer. Okay. What age am I looking to adopt? Hopefully 4 to 8. One, hopefully girl, hopefully 4 to 8 years old. I would like somebody who can use the potty, dress herself, actually put food into her own mouth, right? I feel like I'm about to hack parenting, y'all. I'm about to hack it. Somebody who can say the words like I'm hungry or I don't like this, right? And not just cry. Someone who I can communicate with, even if it's just me speaking Spanglish and pointing, right? So yeah, those are the ages that I think would be the best for me. I have not yet. Nikita says the State Department does have a division. Yes, they do. I have not yet. Maybe this is me doing things backwards, but I really think I need an address, right? Being a house sitter with no address is not a way to get people to take you seriously when you say I'm ready to adopt. So I need an address, right? Like I just need an address. And then then it will make more sense for me to reach out to agencies and stuff. But I do know this. Thank you, Nikita. Yes. So anybody else who wants to know, who needs information. So yes, right. They're assisting people who generally leave the U.S. to go visit a place to adopt. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up. But yes, thank you. I have not, but thank you. Can I meet you in Costa Rica? Sure. Do you live there? Sure. I need friends. I need friends. Juanita, your question keeps getting cut off. Ask it one more time, please, if you don't mind. Thank you very much, Crystal B. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, so the same country, would I consider any country in Africa? Not for me. It's not going to work for me. Not if I want motherhood. If I want motherhood, no, right? Not if I want motherhood in this way. Now, let me stumble onto a COVID widower with small kids. I marry him. We get on his yacht. First place we're going, Senegal. Okay, right? Like, if something changes. But if I need adoption as a path to motherhood, no, they wouldn't consider me, right? No. I believe in giving yourself the best odds. But I don't believe in tying myself to only one outcome, one path to an outcome. So I don't want to tie myself only to adoption, right? I'm open to other things. Excuse me. But I do want the best possible odds. That's all I'm trying to do. Give myself the best possible odds. Yes, that's right, Mary. Yes. And just more time consuming than I want it to be. Yes, that's right. All right. What other questions do we have? Gail says, I lived in the San Francisco Bay Area for 13 years. We can detect too. Okay. And then, hello, Salki's raised medicinal wisdom. So true. I'm from San Diego via New York City. I pick up so quickly on things, which is why I asked. Okay. Yeah. There are different levels of sensitivity, right? For necessary purposes, right? People from different places have a different thinness or thickness to their like jacket of protection that they're wearing, right? And so different people from different places have a different sensitivity to people's actions. Rick and I, what do you mean, Halisi? Says Rick and I almost caught a case in South Africa. Oh, from people. Have you talked about that on your channel yet? Uh-huh. Pernell Hunter. I've read articles that stating Peru is a good option to retire and move to. Not Peru. Yes, Peru. No, Ecuador. I'm thinking about Ecuador, which is their neighbor, right? I do know that people from the U.S. and Canada in particular love retiring to Ecuador. I don't know Peru. No. The answer is no. I don't, and I haven't heard anyone talking about it, and I haven't talked to anyone here on this channel about Peru. I can't think of anything. Ecuador, which is their neighbor, has for a long time been a hotspot for American retirees. All right. Hello. So we're jumping topics. I think the rest is up to you. Good morning. We're just jumping topics. So we started off just talking about my why I chose Costa Rica as a place for my next few years of life and adoption and things. But now I'm looking for the next question. Question: What is ginger beer? You know, ginger beer. Ginger. It's more gingery and more carbonated than ginger ale. Well, I don't know that they may be the same thing. It's just that in the U.S., the major manufacturers call it ginger ale, but the small makers call it ginger beer. Like I can see this. You can still see the carbonation dancing. I can't breathe and drink ginger beer. It's just ginger ale, I think, but strong. When I was in Australia, there was a brand called Bundaberg. And I was a part-time nanny for these two kids, right? Part of my job was to help take care of the two kids, and they gave me free room and board. And I had we got sandwiches. We went to the beach one day, got sandwiches and drinks, and we're hanging out. And I said, Tarek, to the little boy, Tarek, do you want some of my ginger beer? Do you want some of my ginger beer? And he was like, I don't like spicy. And I said, okay, then you can't handle this. You can't. It's spicy. It's carbonated. It's strong tasting. Right. It's just ginger ale, but it's not the American ginger ale. No, no alcohol. No, you could. It goes really well with alcohol. Okay. Yes, but no, it doesn't. It's like root beer, right? It's like root beer is not beer. Ginger beer is not beer, but you could make it. You could make it that way. It works really well with various alcohols. Okay. Yes, you do have to have a strategy when you drink it. You have to remember not to inhale or game over. Game over. I don't know how my mom does it because she's always choking on stuff, but she can drink ginger beer. Yeah, right. So Adelia, in the U.S., mother equals martyr. Yeah, there's like a real serious shaming that happens when a mom says, "Oh, I don't do this." Right? I don't do this. My kids are having a bake sale, and I bought the baked goods. What? Right? I think I learned that on TV. I don't know. I don't. Me and my friends, most of my friends don't have children. I don't think. Right? But I've heard those stories. Right? Or just I don't like me saying I don't want to drive my kids to school. I don't want to. I don't want that to have to be part of my day. In the mornings, I need time to get going. I can't just wake up and be driving the carpool. My parents used to drive carpool, right? We lived in Ohio, and for most of the time in Ohio, we didn't have school buses. The people didn't want to pay taxes for the school buses, so the school was like, okay, no school buses, and the parents were like, okay, fine, right? We'll figure this out. And my parents took turns with the carpool until I could drive. Actually, I don't think I ever drove myself to school in Ohio. I didn't start driving myself to school until I went to till we moved to Delaware at the very end. But I don't want to do that. I can't imagine having kids talking in the car in the morning. Right? Afternoons probably fine, but first thing in the morning, I don't want you talking to me. I can't deal with that. A whole bunch of kid talk stuff. I don't think. Right? Somebody else can do that part. How do you start the mom stuff after 10 a.m., right? I need to ease into stuff. Okay. All right. Any other questions? I'm really far behind. Yeah, something better. I like how you to label it as the labor of parenting. Yes. I wish I knew you when I was raising my children. Got tired all the time. I love the idea of not having the labor of parenting. Yeah. They're two different things. They're two different things. I get to, as a house sitter and a person who's done work exchanges and stuff, I've lived in homes with people with them for short periods of time, for long periods of time. I spent a whole summer with that family in Australia in their home, right? And I just be looking. I just be looking at stuff. I'm like, here are the imbalances. Here are the things she does not have to do, but she does, right? She brought in me as a helper to help her with the kids. My job was to get them up, dressed, ready for school, feed them breakfast, pack their lunch, and drive the carpool, right? The exact things that I would love to pay someone else to do, right? The exact things I don't really want to do, right? That was my job. She had me come in and do that so that she didn't have to do it, right? She was married, but her husband was not involved in the parenting whatsoever, right? She was basically the single parent, not the single person, not a single woman, but a single parent. And so she brought in a helper. She gave me a room. I moved into the little boy's room, and the little boy moved in with his brother. And I lived there for the summer, and that's what we did. She let me use the car after the carpool. And that was life. And it was good. Life was good. And they fed me. It was room and board, free room and board. Life was good. And she got to be a little less stressed, a little less mean, right? A little less angry, a little less tired, and a little more present, and a little more fun with the kids, and a little more mommy, and a little less housekeepery. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. I hope I can emulate that. I learned that from her, except for the having a husband who doesn't do the parenting, right? Except for that part, I learned from her. Yeah. Hi, Catherine Cersei. I love how clear you are on what you desire for your life. Is so refreshing. I'm telling you, free time equals clarity. I'm telling you, having free time that's not devoted to anything, time when you can do whatever you want or as little as you want, and just think about what you want, observe what other people are doing. Clarity, direct line, direct line. I have a lot of free time. I have a lot of free time built into my life. It started September 21st, 2015, when I quit my job to go on that year sabbatical, on that 1 year career break. Changed everything, right? I'm telling you, if you don't know, I hear that a lot, right? I still do one-on-one calls. I hear that a lot. I don't know what I want. I don't know, right? It's okay. You don't know because you've been busy. Now get on busy. Get yourself some free time. You can find what you want. I know that. It's not like, oh, I'm exceptional, right? I know what I want because I'm exceptional. No, I know what I want because I've had a lot of free time to figure it out. All right. Yes. Okay, Catherine. Hey. Girl. It always took a village. That's right, Peaches. It always took a village. This is a pretty new way of doing things. And when Adelia interviewed me on her podcast just a couple weeks ago, she was talking about me becoming a mom in my late 40s or 50s. And I'm like, a lot of the ways that we do things today are brand new, right? Until Roe v. Wade, women had babies well into their 50s. Your grandma had babies well into her 50s, all right? Right? Until Roe v. Wade, it was not, maybe it was uncommon to start at this age, but it wasn't uncommon to have small children in your late 40s and 50s, right? A lot of the ways that we do things today, that's brand new. And it's wrong. The way of, I'm not saying Roe v. Wade is wrong. Okay, I've put a period after that sentence. What I'm saying is the doing it on your own part. That's brand new and that's wrong. Right? This is a way that we're doing things today that is not the way it was always done. Living in a single family home is even pretty new. You go to these places, you don't see one generation in a home. Go travel to other countries. You don't see one generation only living in a home, right? Like me moving out and being alone in my home. They don't do that, right? No, we are family. This is a multi-generational family in this household, in this compound, right? I stumbled into a family compound in Indonesia. I was in Ubud, Indonesia, on the island of Bali. And I walked Bali. I mean, I'm a person who loves beautiful doors. I love beautiful doors. It's my thing, right? I have a thing for doors. And Bali is just the home of beautiful doors. You can't walk a step without seeing the most beautiful door you've ever seen. Then you take a next step. Oh, wait, actually, this is the most beautiful door I've ever seen, right? So one day I'm in Bali and there's this big old, like a brick wall with a beautiful door, but the door's open. And I thought for some reason that it was a public place because I walked by and looked in and it just looks like a park or something. With some buildings. I walk in, I thought it was a public place. I took so many pictures. I still have those pictures to this day. I mean, I set up my little tripod. I had bought a caftan there anyway. Had on the flowing caftan. I set up my tripod and baby, I posed. Okay? I took some photos on that day. And I walked around and then finally I saw someone come in, a child maybe come in. And it was a kid coming in from school, but nothing clicked because I'm not a person who puts things together. You have to tell me explicitly. I'm not a connect the dots person. Child walked in with a school bag, right? And then I see a woman walking with her laundry. And I'm like, oh, this is a family compound. I was like, I'm so sorry. Hi, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, continue. I understood her telling me, you fine, continue. You do get grace being a Black woman traveler. I want to say that. I don't know if she would have had the same reaction with other people. So don't try it, white women, okay? But I'm telling you, as a Black woman traveler, I do get grace from other people, especially people who are not white people, or even white people in different countries, right? Family compound. That's how people live. Y'all have seen Eat, Pray, Love, right? That's how people live in a lot of the world. This single one generation in a household is not conducive to family. It's not conducive to family. And so it's a new way of doing things. And I'm going to do things the older way. Thank you. Thank you. Cattywagon. After my divorce, I moved back in with my mother, 3 kids. I didn't want to have to get 2 or 3 jobs to take care of them. That's right. That's right. We are just setting ourselves up for all of the worst outcomes instead of the best outcomes by being by buying into the idea of doing it all. I don't buy it. It allowed me to be present, homeschooling my youngest son for the last 3 years. Bless you, girl. Bless you. Yes, right? Yes, so I want to do things the older way. All right. Hi. Oh, dear. I'm doing a scouting trip in January in Kenya and Botswana. Oh, wow. Kenya, Botswana. Okay. I want to narrow down my choices of where to move. What are good criteria to continue? What are good criteria to consider to determine where to settle? This is a you question. Okay? Seriously, this is a you question. I've told you my criteria, right? I need to know that my parents will come and visit me and then I can go visit them and be back home in a 6-hour flight, right? May not be a criteria for you. I need a specific cost of living and I need a specific standard of life at that cost of living, right? Not just can I live here for under $3,500 a month, right? But can I live here for under $3,500 a month with a housekeeper and getting massages, or whatever I decide, right? And having food delivered and not having to cook, right? $3,500 a month is not really my budget. I need to actually sit down and write out. I haven't really determined my household. When I talk about cost of living, I talk about the money as in how much towards your living expenses, not everything, not saving and investing and giving and stuff. Off topic. You need to decide this for yourself, right? I've done a lot of talk about my criteria, but I can't determine your criteria on where you want to settle, right? I don't have any problem with noise. Mexico is a loud place and I love it. Them small towns in Mexico are off the chain, loud. I got no problem with it, right? Is the noise a factor to you, right? I could live in a place where you can't flush your toilet paper, where you have to put it in the trash and then take that trash bag outside. I could live there. A lot of people cannot, right? I don't want to have to sit in a car for 2 hours to get places. A lot of people are fine with that. Traffic, right? This is a you question. Okay, but I told you. Okay, so I would weather, cost of living, flight time. Um, um, can I make friends there? Which is something that I just do kind of by feel, right? Does it feel like a place where not just people will be nice to me? Because in a lot of the world, people will be nice to you, but can you actually make friends and build community there? Some people are notoriously closed off, right? They just don't do the friend thing. They don't do that, right? I'm thinking Germans, right? You're going to be hard pressed to build a real community of Germans. Now, expats, sure, right? Can I make friends there? The weather. Did we talk about weather already? Right? The weather. What ups and downs, extremes, highs and lows are you okay with? What weather events are you okay with? Right? Are you okay being a place now? Botswana is landlocked, right? But are you okay with? I don't know. Does Kenya get? Probably not. They don't get hurricanes, right? In in the Indian Ocean. What's that? The Indian Ocean? But whatever their weather event is, are you okay with that? Their government, are you okay with the government's treatment of the people, which is a reason a lot of us are leaving the United States? Are you going to a place where they also treat their people very poorly? How do they treat LGBTQ plus people? If you need to know that answer, you need to know that answer before you go. Um, did anyone give us their requirements? Maybe this is a place for everyone to give their top 3 requirements. But this is a you thing, right? My requirements don't fit anybody, not one other person, right? Connie and Joe have one, right? Only one person needs to factor Connie and Joe Perry into their travel and move abroad plans. Nobody else needs to factor them in. So maybe we'll share what our top 3, if y'all don't mind, share your top 3, like serious criteria or serious like scouting questions. So criteria is broader, but the 3 serious scouting questions, right? Like the noise, right? Can I sleep at night? Is this a place where there's just going to be noise all the time? In them small towns in Mexico, there's noise all the time. During certain parts of the year, when they feel like setting off fireworks, they're setting off fireworks. When that rooster feels like crowing, the rooster is crowing. It does not matter that it's 2 o'clock in the morning. That rooster is like, I got something to say. Y'all gonna hear it. Okay? All right? Yeah. Okay. Do you need beach? Do you need to be near a beach? Do you need proximity to a beach? Are you okay with not? Right? Are you okay with having to get on a flight to be able to get your feet in some sand? Some of you are making a plan to move to a place much more longer term. Costa Rica for me is a 3 or 4 year home, right? I want permanent residency. I want the ability to always go there. But I don't need it to be my home for, I don't think, unless it really wows me, I don't think I'd raise my kids in Costa Rica, right? So I think I just need a 3 or 4 year home. I need a place where I can establish a home, adopt some kids, establish a family, and then we go to the next place where I think I want to actually raise the kids. But some of you are looking for a forever home, right? Or forever. No, not forever, but long term, right? You're not looking to move someplace else in 3 or 4 years. So you need to know what you need. Some stuff you just don't know until you've experienced it, right? Right now, somebody's like, yeah, roosters. No, roosters are a no. But then you get there and you're like, actually, you know what? I ain't got nowhere to be. Maybe I don't care about a really noisy place because I have a whole different life, right? I'm not uptight about things. And so actually, I don't even hardly hear the roosters. You know what I mean? When you are in a whole different space, the things that are your priorities today are not your priorities in that new space, in your new life. But you just don't know it until you get there. I don't think that was a really helpful answer, but you just need to try some stuff, see some stuff. You know what I mean? How do I feel about expatriating to U.S. territories? I'd prefer not to. Do you still consider it the same experience? Oh, for other people, sure. If it feels different, it's different. I'd prefer not to, which is why Puerto Rico, even though Puerto Rico could fit some of my needs, I think it's probably more pricey than I want a place to be. Could fit some of my needs, but I prefer not to. I prefer to get out because the point is we do need to have a place that will take us in when we need to leave the United States. And so establishing residency somewhere, I think, is important for Black people. I think establishing residency in another country is important. And so going to Puerto Rico is not going to be helpful in that regard, right? In terms of having a residency, a place that will take you in if things really go down in the United States. Because if things go down here, it's going down in Puerto Rico too. I think. Am I right about this or wrong? I don't know. I think. Question. Hi, Kemi. Do you know if Black women would be interested in creating a tiny house on wheels community? Sure. Why not? Yeah. I know Black women are into tiny homes, right? We know Jewel Pearson, who is Ms. Bohemian Soul. We know Jewel. So yeah. I don't see why not. I'm just scrolling for questions. Celeste Ray, being able to pivot your decision making is paramount. I was dead set on beach living in Panama, but after visiting, I've discovered that Panama City would be the best fit for me. Yes, you got to go and see. You got to go and see. I'm totally open to the possibility of the opposite being true for me. I'm open to getting to San Jose, the city, and being like, actually, I think this beach town would be a better fit for me, right? Yes. Some stuff you just don't know. This is why you get to a place with as little of your belongings as you can, so that if you need to up and try a new place, you can up and try a new place. Don't root yourself in a place too soon. Get your 3-4 suitcases and go. Yes. Yeah, I'm glad that you made that switch. I'm glad that you were able to see that pivot or make that pivot and not just be like, oh, I didn't like this beach living, so I got to go back to the US. I failed. It's over, right? Which is what some people would do. They would, spend so much time trying to get to maybe Bocas del Toro, which is the only other place I know in Panama, right? I'm moving to Bocas del Toro. I'm moving to Bocas del Toro. You get to Bocas del Toro, you don't like it. And then you think, oh, I failed. It didn't work. I got to go back home and go back to the old stuff, go back to the old life. No. Try a new place, right? Try something new, right? Panama is also creeping up on my list based on adoption stuff, right? Yeah, try a new place. Yeah, it's okay to poke around for a little bit before you put your feet firmly in the ground. One of the reasons that Costa Rica is conducive to this is that they don't have a requirement for you to spend X number of days in the country once you get residency. In some places, when you get temporary residency, you have to spend X number of days in the country or you nullify your residency and you can't renew the next year, right? Costa Rica's like, just as long as you're here one day I think it's like literally one day out of the year, right? And so it makes it easier for me to know that I could, one, get residency in Costa Rica, and two, still try other places. Yes, that's a wonderful thing about Costa Rica. I really like that. Okay, so Kemi, you see some people responding to your question. Yes. Donna also says my mom was a huge help. Yes. Yes. My grandparents, we stayed with my grandparents in the summer. So I remember staying with them in the summer. I had every summer it seemed like a different cousin was there, right? One summer Marcus was there all summer. One summer Bobby was there all summer, right? And we lived, I don't know, 40 minutes away, 45 minutes away. Sometimes I would stay there all summer. And sometimes my cousin Shump, who's Cynthia, she would shuttle me back and forth. We do that. That seems okay to people, I think. People are like, okay, I can get that. But after summer's over, you got to go back to 100%. No, still working this stuff. Working the community of child raising or family. Use family. Work in family. Do it. Shonda, single mom or not, a child needs a home that is safe and stable. Marriage isn't the end all be all. That's right. That's right. One is not an indication of the other. I know that. Yeah. Hi, Angela. Question, what wisdom do you have for a new empty nester who's almost 50 and planning a move to Netherlands? Is that the Netherlands? Ah. I'm gonna be right behind you, Angela, within the next several months, trying to add to my nest egg. Oh, congratulations on all of this. All of this. Okay, Angela, when I hear an empty nester, almost 50, moving to the Netherlands, I'm like, okay, you about to live. I don't know if you're going to the Netherlands to just live, right? I don't know what your dream is in the Netherlands, but I know my Netherlands dream, so I'm excited for you. Okay. What advice do I have for you? Okay, in terms of trying to add to your nest egg, are you working or are you retired or are you not needing? You have a nest egg and you don't need to do any of that. You just want to add a little something. To add a little something, seriously, this is going to sound like I'm just giving you a commercial, but seriously, come to Exodus Summit, okay? Come to Exodus Summit 2022. We're talking about move abroad money, okay? We're talking about, and some of these will be full-time, full focus efforts, but some of them will be things that you don't need to do all the time with 100% focus and, some of these will not be jobs, right? But we're talking about different ways that women are funding their new life abroad. So come to Exodus Summit, register at Exodus Summit 2022, right? Rashida already told me not to announce the sessions. We're announcing more sessions on Monday, which is Labor Day, on the Exodus Summit YouTube channel. But without knowing more specifics, that's my answer. If you want to tell us what you do now and what you're looking to, what kind of ways you're considering making money, you can give us more info. But without more info, come to Exodus Summit, okay? Because we're getting money. We're getting women the money, right? Women are going to learn the ways to make the money, make it a money, okay? So that money isn't standing in the way of them living. And when I think of the Netherlands, I think of living, right? When I think of my life in the Netherlands, so I talked about not wanting to raise my kids, probably not raising the kids in Costa Rica unless Costa Rica really wows me. I think the Netherlands is the place. I see us traveling around throughout Europe. I see us biking places, right? And being really outdoorsy when we can, when the weather will let us. I see us living part-time on a beach somewhere when the weather will not. That's the life that I know of people who live in the Netherlands. And that's the life I want for me. Okay. I'm scrolling back up. I went too far. I'm back in the ginger beer part of the I'm back in the ginger beer part of the comments. Rebloom Room. Hi, Kat. I want to watch you hack motherhood because resentment is not good for parenting. That's right. That's right. I think I'm going into this with some stuff in my favor. I think I'm going into this with a real desire for motherhood. Not everyone who has been a mother wanted it, right? So I think that's in my favor. That's working out in my favor. And a real desire to do it the old way and not the new way. I think these are really working out for me. I think these are going to really work out for me. You'll see. Astrid, can you talk about funding a sabbatical? Hi, Astrid. Yes. All right. So funding a sabbatical is a lot simpler than funding a move abroad because you've got a finite period of time. And you can kind of pick your budget based on where you want to go, right? You can, when you want to take a sabbatical, you can basically say, here's what I want to do. Here's where I want to go. Here's for how much time, and here's how much it's going to cost. And then you have a dollar goal, a dollar target. Whereas a move abroad is a little more flexible because we're talking about long term. I need to keep making the money, right? For a sabbatical, this can be a one-time thing, right? It could be a one time, I'm going to fund my sabbatical. I'm pulling the money out of my 401k or 403b, right? I'm funding my sabbatical. I'm going to rent out my home, and my home is going to fund my sabbatical. So again, this is Exodus Summit 2022, Move Abroad Money. Okay. Exodus Summit 2022 is for you also, Astrid. Okay. Because we're going to be talking about the ways that women do this. I funded my sabbatical in 2015 by mostly working overtime, right? I made $22 an hour in the hospital pharmacy. I worked overtime night shift. And in 1 year, I made, I think, 7,500 of my 15, I saved 15,000. I saved $14,400 in a year, in 15 months, right? And 7,500 of those dollars just came from me working overtime. I worked one shift per pay period, at least one extra shift per pay period. So I funded my sabbatical just by working more, which was basically like if I had gotten a part-time job, or a little easier than getting a part-time job. I funded mine through that. Women have funded their sabbaticals using their home, right? One of the speakers who we've already announced for Exodus Summit 2022 put her home on Airbnb, not a second property, right? Not a property that her parents left her, her actual home where she lived with her children. She may be here. Hi, Pam. Put her home on Airbnb while she traveled. First year, her home made $50,000. Okay. So your home, even though I'm not a homeowner, right? Your home may fund your sabbatical, okay? You may have to make the money through extra work to fund your sabbatical. You may pull the money, excuse me, out of your retirement account, right? That's your money. It's called a retirement account, but it's a U account. That's an Astrid account, right? If you want to use some of it to live, do it, right? You may fund your sabbatical by marrying a rich sucker. All right. You may fund, I'm going to put that in there. Okay. You may fund your sabbatical by taking something that you already do on the side, ramping that up so that it gives you the money that you need to be able to be wherever in the world. Exodus Summit 2022. Seriously, Astrid, I hope that you'll come, okay? I hope that the fact that it's called Move Abroad Money doesn't put people off who don't want to move abroad, who want to take a sabbatical. It's money. This is a summit, a virtual summit, a weekend where we're talking about where you get the money to live out this dream for your life, okay? We've got speakers. So we've already announced the Airbnb in your home speaker. We've already announced that Charisma is speaking on real estate investing without being a landlord. We've already announced a Dahlia session on how much investment income is enough for you to retire. Okay, so that would also be helpful for the sabbatical seekers out here. And I think, we've already announced phone sex operator Danny is coming in to tell us how she makes her dough, right? How she makes dough as a phone sex operator. I think that's about all that we've announced that I'm allowed to say. Okay, we've got more announcements coming out on Monday. Okay, funding a sabbatical is a combination of knowing how much you need and then where you're going to get the money, just like with everything else. But because it's a finite period of time, it's much simpler. It's simpler. And then if you're like a chick like me who likes to house sit, right? If you like pets and house sitting is a way to need a whole lot less to take your sabbatical. But I hope that you'll come to Exodus Summit, okay? Vanessa says you learned to tune the chatty kids out. I just remember my mom being like, oh my gosh. She used to call me Mouth Almighty. Mouth Almighty. She'd be like, oh my gosh. Talk a lot, talk a little. Something else she used to say all the time, right? I know I talked all the time. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody, but I know I did. And in the mornings, I don't know. Okay, Vanessa, that's helpful. That's helpful. That's helpful. Hi, Erica. Okay, how did you become such a free thinker, or someone who does not think that hustle culture is right? Hi, Erica. I think that I did a nice video right before my birthday in late June, early July. I did a video on the 24 women who made me me. Not the 24, on 24 of the Black women who made me me. I have seen Black women make their own decisions for themselves and for their own well-being, right? My mom went to grad school at 40, which today doesn't sound like any big deal, but back then it felt like a big deal. It felt like her saying, "Listen, I'm doing it my way, right? I'm doing the thing that I want for myself." She became an ordained minister. She went to not just grad school. My mom went to seminary at 40, right? So I've just seen it. I'm a person who you show me, if once I see it, I know I can do it, right? So once I see other women making their own decisions for themselves and questioning, right? Why does it have to be this way? Why can't it be that way? Oh, me too. Right? I'm just a me too, right? My whole life, I've seen someone do something and I've said, oh, me too, right? Part of it also is having conversations with people in different generations. The people who convinced me that I could travel full time for a year on very little money were much younger than me. I was 40. I was celebrating my 40th birthday. They were early 20s, right? They were millennials back then, right? But millennials are older now, but they were millennials. They're still millennials. And, right, listening to people in different generations was really helpful. Hearing my parents talk about, I thought I understood my parents' relationship with work, and hearing them be like, oh no, like these jobs ain't loyal, girl. Go do it, right? Do what you got to do, right? Thinking that, yeah, talking to people in different generations also has been very helpful for me. Because the younger people, they're different, right? And they think a different way and they do a different thing. So hearing them has also been very helpful. But it's just really like I am just an amalgamation of the other people who in my life who have done things and shared things out in the world, right? A white woman named Nora Dunn wrote a blog post about house sitting, and I was like, oh, me too, right? But I think it's more a result of me seeing other people do it and then saying, oh, I can do that too. And then things start to fall. Things start to fall in place. I've told this story about how I saw a picture of Al Sharpton getting a relaxer in the early 2000s. I saw a picture of Al Sharpton getting a relaxer and it upset me. And then I was like, well, why am I so upset by this picture? And I realized that I felt like he didn't have to go through this pain. Because relaxers for me are torture. It's pain. I have tight, thick, dense, coarse hair. To turn this hair straight requires pain, scabs, burning. My scalp was always in a cycle of scabbing, healing, flaking, scabbing, healing, flaking. Constantly. There was never a day when my scalp was just in a neutral position. It was always either burning or healing or scabbing or flaking. I've even had times when there was oozing from my scalp, right? To straighten this hair required pain. It was torture. And I realized from watching this picture and seeing this picture and getting so upset, I realized that I thought I had to do it. I just thought I had to. That penny really dropped for me on that day in the early 2000, probably 2007, 2006, right? When I was like, why do I think I have to do this to myself, right? I don't have to. So then what are the options? Do I want to lock my hair? Do I want to braid my hair? Do I want to do a TWA? I didn't know. And at that point, this was before I knew that women had this amount of hair, because I have armpit length hair. Before I knew that women had this amount of hair natural. I thought if you had this amount of hair, you just always kept it braided, right? We saw Susan Taylor, right? Always keep it braided or lock it. I didn't know that I could have loose, longer, natural hair. Really, seriously, that one thing started me thinking, well, what else do I think I have to do that I don't have to do? I'm not kidding. That one picture, I got so upset when I saw that photo. I got so upset. Wow, who would do that to themselves if they didn't have to? And then I was like, wait, why do I think I have to? I don't have to do. Nobody has to do any particular hairstyle. Why do I think I have to? And then I said, well, what else could I do? That was it for me. Yes. Okay. So I'm just a combination of the women I've seen do their own thing at various times in their life. All right. Hi, NYLLOR. Do you ever look at the political dynamics of the countries you visit and what impact they have or are having on expats? Not enough, but yes. Mostly I look at I would say this. I look at the politics of a place. I look at, I think it's important to, I'm not going to say I'm the best at. I think it's important to look at the politics of a place for how they treat their own people, not necessarily how they treat expats. Most everybody treats expats pretty well, but how do they treat their own people? I talked about this. I think that seeing a country who actively devalues education, right, as the U.S. did for generations, right, actively saying, oh, you don't need an education. And if you do, it's going to be $1 million to get it, right? I think that that we're where we are today with a dumb country, right? A bunch of idiots, not just voting but in charge, right? We're just a dumb country because of the decisions made a couple generations ago. I think it's important to see what's happened, where they are, how they treat their people, right? Because that is going to impact you. How they treat their people is going to impact how those people receive you. If those people feel like their government is not doing its job for them, because the job of the government is to take care of the people. If they feel like that's not happening, then they're going to in turn blame the expats, right? So how do you evaluate the political dynamics? So we have to just figure out what things are are like triggers or bell. What things are like? What are the early indicators that things are going to go bad? I don't know the answer to this. I'm not an economist or a political science person. To me, I think the question is, how religious is the government? I don't want a government that is tied to a religion. I don't, right? We see that in the U.S., especially down south. We see that in a lot of places, right? I don't want a government that's tied to religion. I want a government that prioritizes education for people. Lots of Europe, education is super inexpensive, accessible. Yeah, but yes, I don't know the answers to this. I don't know those answers. Those are the things that I've come up with, right? How free is the free speech? How accessible is education? Yeah. How do they treat LGBTQIA people? Those are the questions that I have politically. Another reason that Costa Rica is such a good choice. Costa Rica has a good reputation in a lot of these spots, but some of them I don't know, right? I don't know about I think Costa Rica had gay marriage. I don't know. I don't know that Costa Rica's record with LGBTQ. They're a little less Catholic, I think. So this is something I need to investigate when I get there. I think they're a little less Catholic than a lot of Central and South America, right? A little less led by religion, which makes me feel more comfortable. But I think we need to look at its impact on the people. I think it's important to look at the politics of a country in terms of how it treats the people, because everybody's going to treat the expats pretty well. I think that's where the money is. Blair Waldorf, you may have touched on this. How many house sits would you say are good per year? It depends on your schedule. It depends on your schedule, Blair, right? I did a 12-month stretch where I house sat like out of 365 days, I probably house sat 315 days out of 365, right? Like, but for some people, it's the membership cost, right? So if you're paying for the $250 or so tier of trusted house sitter, excuse me, what is that worth to you? I think a good 4-day weekend and a $250 with a $250 membership for some people could be worth it, right? You and your kid go stay in a house with a pool for $250. It's basically, there are people, maybe not one, but maybe 2 weekends, right? Maybe 2 house sits, and you feel like you not only got your money's worth, but you came out on top, right? If you had stayed in a hotel or an Airbnb, would it have cost you more than this $250 Trusted House Sitters membership? There's no answer to that. It depends. If 2 house sits per year is worth it for that membership price, 2 house sits per year is plenty, right? I tried to house sit from July through August, 6 weeks. I tried 6 weeks of house sitting, and I started getting pickier than I started being like, you have to walk these dogs. I'm not taking a house sit, right? This was the summer when I didn't want to walk dogs. I wanted to take house sits with dogs who did not walk, right? I wanted to only house sit for people with pools. I still did 4 house sits for the 6-week period. Raleigh, Nashville, Daytona, Fort Myers. Yeah, so I did 4. One of them was supposed to be 5, but one was canceled. At least one was shortened and one was canceled. Anyway, I'm just talking. The answer is it depends on. It's really just a matter of what is getting your money's worth, right? I've gotten my money's worth for the year just from those 4 summer house sits, right? So it depends on. It's up to you. If you get 1 house sit in Tuscany, right? Or 1 house sit in Bali, 1 house sit in Dubai, right? Could be worth it. For other people, they're on Trusted House Sitters because they want accommodation for months out of the year. 1 house sit for them is not going to cut it, right? They need months out of the year, unless it's one really long house sit. Back to this. Wendy says driving a preteen to school was torture. I wanted to push them out of the door. Yeah, I think this would be me. I think this would be me. I want to make sure that we're in a place where either I don't have to do it or I can afford, we don't have to do it at all. Like in the Netherlands, some kids ride their bikes to school, go, right? I don't care if it's icy out. They ride their bikes in the ice. They ride their bikes in the rain. That is their culture. All right. You're now join the Dutch culture. Y'all go to school on your own. Okay. Either that or where I can just afford it. Somebody else can do it. I don't want to do that. I'm with you. I don't think I would enjoy that at all. Not one bit. You can book somebody. You can get your, this work exchange was through workaway.info. You see them a lot for people who have kids in there, or used to, before COVID. I don't know what COVID has done to the work exchange industry. I haven't kept up. But before COVID, you used to see people with teens, and mostly they would say, I want someone who speaks English, right? My kids are in high school. You're just in the house, literally. You're just in the house as part of the family for however many days or weeks, and your role is just to speak English with the kids. Those work exchanges used to be very popular on Workaway and HelpX. Yeah, right? And then you could throw in some other stuff. Also, whatever, right? Whatever stuff you don't want to do anymore. I'm sick of these kids, XYZ, right? You do that too. Yes. Yes, indeed. Her kids were 4 and 7. My mom was like, "You're going to do what?" Because I don't have a reputation of being, as we've just discussed, I don't have a reputation of being into the kids' stuff. So she was like, "You're going to do what?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to stay with this family in Australia." It was a wonderful experience. Wonderful. It was bizarre. There were some bizarre features. I'm going to tell y'all this. Don't tell her. She may watch my videos. Hello, Mashinka, if you're here. Because we're Facebook friends and all of that. Her husband not only was not involved in parenting, but his role during the day, like the work that he did during the day, was contacting alien nations to join a unified army to come fight in the on Earth. They were Australian. They were not Australian, but they lived in Australia. They were not Australian people. Australian people are not really good people. But these two are not Australian people. They just lived in Australia. It was a bizarre summer. It was bizarre. It was bizarre. Yes. Worth it. But I did learn. It was one of the times when I got to see a different family's operation, right? Growing up, I saw my friends and stuff. I saw their families. One of my friends had a housekeeper. She never did anything, didn't make her bed, didn't wash dishes, right? They would just be like, housekeeper comes on Wednesday. I think she may have come more than once a week, right? So I've seen things done in different ways, and that time in Australia was one of those. Hi, Gail. I've done 2 sabbaticals and a gap year at 50. Good. I'm now 51. Didn't return to corporate after my gap year. So glad I found your channel. So the hidden secret, the big secret about that sabbatical, the big secret about taking a year off from work is you're probably not going to go back to the same life. It's scary to people, so I don't say that too much. I don't tell y'all too much. It's going to change everything. Okay? I tell you, take a break, and then you can return. Go back. You ain't going back. You ain't going back. No turning back unless your workplace is just phenomenal. Some of you do have good workplaces. I never. Some of you do. Damaris, I understand you have free time to enjoy, but do you enjoy your free time? Girl, yes. What do you do? Sometimes I really do nothing. So time is funny. I think we've all experienced this. Time just moves so fast. So that really there can be a week when I'm like, what did I do this week? I didn't do anything. I'm a person who enjoys not doing things, right? Now, some other people may not be people who enjoy doing things. The answer to that for them would be, I do what I want, right? Adelia just finished or she's on the last week of her salsa lessons, right? She's not here this morning because she's in salsa class, learning how to salsa dance. All right. You do whatever you want in free time. It can be time to do nothing. And I do recommend some time to do nothing. But you can also just do all of the things that you have always wanted to do and you never did. If you don't have a list of things you always wanted to do and never did, pick something, right? Like you hear somebody say she's doing something, you do it too. See if you like it, if you don't like it. She's taking a pole dancing class. Okay, now I'm going to try pole dancing. This is what I'm going to do with my free time. Free time is not hard to fill up. Time is funny anyway, so time, I don't know. But it's not hard to fill up your free time if you want to fill up your free time. I don't fill up my free time. Sometimes I just be here pondering. I told y'all. This is why I have all these theories on what is what, right? I just be here pondering. I just be thinking, remembering, visualizing the future, and pondering. Next thing I know, I woke up at 6:46. My alarm goes off at 6:30. I woke up at 6:30. Next thing I know, it's 10:15. I'm like, what? That felt like 10 minutes. What? Time is funny. Time is funny. If your fear is, what are you going to do with your free time? Please try not doing things, okay? And then just pick up a thing. See if you like it, drop it, right? If you want to become a fire hoop dancer, try some fire hoop lessons. If you want to become you want to learn how to cook certain dishes. I want to be a baker. Try it. But really, my answer is nothing. There's a lot of free time where I do nothing. Like literally nothing. Not even watching TV. Just nothing. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. Like, it depends. In a lot of houses, when you house sit, a lot of people don't have TV, they just have like Netflix and stuff. I don't watch a whole lot of stuff. Even when I do intentionally try, like yesterday day before yesterday in Savannah, I tried to watch a movie called something. I couldn't watch it. I was like, I'd rather just do nothing, like literally nothing. I would really rather just sit on this sofa and see what thoughts come to my head. And then I'll just be thinking my thoughts and examining my thoughts. Why do I think that? Okay. Ali, XOXO, as a single mom planning a 1-month trip with my 10-year-old daughter in November. Good. I was thinking Mexico, but not sure which part would be a best fit. So I don't know that you can go wrong in Mexico, especially for a month. In November, we're talking loud season, November. So if you're talking early November, if you want to go to a smaller town in Mexico, you'll get to see Day of the Dead if you get there late October for early November, right? You get to experience the almost a week that is the Day of the Dead if you go to a smaller town. Mexico City, I don't think they're too into it like the small places where the indigenous Mexican people are, right? Mexico is like the United States. There are indigenous people, there are Europeans, there are white Mexicans, right? Just like the United States, we have indigenous Americans and we have white Americans and we have black Americans and we have Asian Americans, right? Mexico, same, right? So if you go to a place that has the indigenous people, the Indios, right? Indios, if you want to, you could build your trip around experiencing Day of the Dead. So September and October, I think, is when they do so September, very soon, they're coming up on Independence Day. That's also a good time to be like in the Guanajuato region, but you're coming after that. It depends on what you want. Do you want the beach? Do you want the city? Do you want small town Mexico life, colonial? Do you want to see people riding horses in daily life? Right? So it depends on what you want. If you want to try a big city with a lot of stuff, go to Mexico City, right? It's the citiest city in the world. Mexico City and Tokyo, nobody can hold a candle, right? So if you like city life, try Mexico City. If you want to go to a beach, literally just pick a beach. In November, I don't think there's a bad answer. In some places, right, the summertime, you want to avoid some beaches in the summertime. But in November, I don't know that there's a bad beach. Okay. Sometimes I feel like I'm really decisive. Today, I'm like, anywhere, right? The small towns in San Miguel de Allende, you're going to get the small town feel. San Miguel is kind of like what is that New Mexico city called? That town in New Mexico where all the white hippies went. San Miguel de Allende is kind of like that, but there are black women there. If you want to go to a place in Mexico and meet some black American women, okay, go to Mexico City or Playa del Carmen. If you want you and your daughter to be able to spend some time getting to know some black women who are on this new thing, Mexico City or Playa del Carmen, Mexico are probably the best choices. Or a third, Lake Chapala, Mexico. Right, those black women are out there living, but okay. Your daughter's only 10, so she's not going to enjoy Lake Chapala. So go to Mexico City, or go to Playa del Carmen, or go to. There's no wrong answer, right? Even in the state of Guanajuato, the town of Guanajuato is a college town. It's a mix of colonial and a little bit of college town. Guanajuato is just a chill place to be for a month but they don't speak English, right? It's a place where you're going to be challenged to to learn some Spanish and communicate. My answer is wherever. Seriously, Allie, wherever. Just go somewhere. Pick somewhere. All right, I'm scrolling back through your questions. Yeah, that's right. Mind your business. 82. America's individualism and capitalism killed the true communal family structure. That's right. But it's alive and well in a lot of the world. That's where I'm going. Right? It's alive and well. Yes. Yes, indeed. I'm really far behind because we're just at the tripod in Bali when I set up my little tripod. I have those pictures. I'm talking about photo shoot. Let's see. I could probably pull one up on here. I have those pictures. When I tell you, I had a little. Right now I'm using this tripod, which is Photo Pro, something I got on Amazon. Right. I keep this. My backpack is right beside me in my chair. I keep this with me. So I always have a tripod of this size. I had one that was a little smaller that I used to just keep in my purse, but now I use this one. Right. Yes, I did. Sit this up on the ground. I'm gonna try to show you some pictures. Let's see. If I type in Bali, what would I have saved those pictures as? Because my computer, I keep a lot of pictures on my computer. Oh no. Let's see. What's the easiest way? Yes, I did. I set up my tripod. I just knew I was in a public place. And I saw the little boy. And I was like, okay, let's do this. Okay, I'm going to airdrop it to my computer. All right, and then I'm going to pull it up on my computer and I'll show you one of my photos. You could not tell me. And I saw the little kid. I don't know if it was a little boy or a little girl. I saw the little kid. Let's add the picture. New scene. Let's see, I did this before. I did this last week, didn't I? I shared a picture. And I saw the kid come in from school and I was like, okay, didn't mean anything to me. Only thing I know how to do is share my thing. So let's see, I'll share this. I don't know, can y'all see this picture? Is it covered up by something? Right? So, I mean, who's not going to take a picture if you see that? Can y'all see this? I'm going to give it a second and see if you can see it. Right? Like, who's not going to set up their tripod if you see this door? Right? Let me know if you can see this. So I set up my tripod. This is inside their what's it called? Inside their compound, walking towards the outside of the compound, I think. Yes, I did. I set up, and I have probably, so this was my iPhone 5, right? This is back in 2015. This was the iPhone 5S, right? So this was the best that I could get. But yeah, I saw the kid walk in from school and I was like, okay, keep going. I set it up over in different places, right? So I have pictures of me coming in the door, out the door, right? And then I saw the lady with the laundry basket. And I was like, oh no. And I started grabbing my stuff. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to explain. I didn't know. And she was like, no, continue. Right? Or don't leave until you're finished. Okay. Get every picture. Get every picture. That is Ubud on the island of Bali in Indonesia. Right? Being a Black woman traveler, I'm telling you, people will be kind to you who would not be kind to other people. Okay. I take full advantage of that grace, right? Extend grace on me, please, because I am going to use it. That's just the door to their compound, right? Ornate. They believe in ornate things. They believe, right? These places are places where they take their time to build things, or took their time to build things and appreciate the beauty of these things. And I think they appreciated that I appreciated the beauty of it. I think that they appreciated that I thought it was beautiful. Right? Yeah. But this is a family compound. So once I got past the door and actually looked around, I could see that there were different, y'all have seen Eat, Pray, Love, right? There were different homes. I don't know what they're called. The different structures inside the compound. Right? So probably the little boy and his parents, and then probably the grandparents, who I think was the woman with the laundry, right? Or maybe both sets of grandparents, maybe an aunt and uncle, maybe, right? All living behind this wall together, communally. Yeah, that's not dead. It's not dead. It's just in different parts of the world. You have to go find it or create it, right? Create it. Okay. All right. So we're going up on 11:40. So we're going to wrap things up soon. Okay. But that's right. Yes. Free time is the path to clarity. So if your concern is, what am I going to do with my free time? I hope you'll have some free time where you will do nothing. See what thoughts come to you. I'm not a meditation teacher. I'm not a therapist. Right. But them thoughts in your head, they're in there, whether you're paying attention to them or not. And they're guiding you. They're telling you how to live. Those thoughts in your head, they're telling you how to live. Wouldn't it be wonderful to have some time and actually listen and see what they're telling you And if you believe it, if you actually agree with it, I'm so serious when I tell you, from the time I miscarried in my early 20s until I was 41 years old, anytime anyone said she was pregnant, I said, Stephanie, everybody but you. I'm telling you, it took me that long to I didn't know. I didn't know that this was what was happening in my head. I was saying, everybody but you. Everybody gets to be a mother but you. We got to see what's happening in our thoughts and what those thoughts are then driving us to do. Right? Sad Stephanie, I was very sad. I was just a very sad person because my brain kept telling me that, and I bought it and I lived that way. So free time, once you have some time to see what's really going on in here? And do I want to keep it? Clarity. You're on the path to clarity. Yeah. Free time. I'm telling you, normalize free time. Normalize free time where you don't do anything. And then, yes, build in some time to do the things that you want to do that you just didn't have time to do before. Build in some time to do those things too. But seriously, keep some free time free. Keep it free. You like some of the stuff that we say to ourselves, just flat out lies, right? Just lying all the time in your head to yourself, telling yourself what you can't do, what you shouldn't do, what you don't deserve, what nobody wants. Lies. And we're living our lives based on these lies that are playing on repeat. That's what free time did for me. That's what it did for me. Pansy, Rose, Realty. Is it easy getting around Costa Rica? I don't know. Part of what I want for this next phase of life is to not have to be dependent on a car. So we're going to find out. I don't think it is. Rashida was just there in San Jose. She didn't give me hope. I think that I can get in the right neighborhoods. I think because really what do I need, right? I don't need to be able to get to a mall every day without a car. I can just take an Uber when I need to go to the mall. But what I do need is I need access to grocery stores and restaurants and hopefully some sort of physical activity, if it's walking in the park or hiking or something, access to those things without having to get in a vehicle. If those things are within walking distance, then the Uber exists, right? Then I can just get an Uber when I need to do the other things on occasion. This is for me, right? These are the things that would work and wouldn't work for me. Now they do have a bus and train lines, plural, in San Jose. I don't know yet. I don't know how convenient they actually are. I don't know how crowded they are, which is the real deal, right? I don't know how they work. So I'm going to try that out. We'll see when I get there. We'll see. Happy Saturday, Allie. And happy September, guys. Can you believe it? Oh, my God. No. Hey, Nirel. So the Global Black Girl did do some retreats last year, but not the retreat that I was going to go to. So no. But maybe, who knows? Sometime, hopefully soon. Hopefully if I get down there, it'll be easier for us to collaborate on some stuff. She did do retreats in Mexico, but not in Costa Rica. The COVID, it's just, COVID was just, or is, so inconvenient, ruining things, ruining plans. It's Latasha. What place have you not house sat in where I would really love to house sit? A lot of places. Of course, I would love to house sit in Costa Rica, so I don't have to pay, but I've already booked my Airbnbs. I've never been to the Pacific Islands, so I would love to get a house sit in, I don't know, Fiji. I would love to house sit somewhere in the Pacific Islands. I would love to house sit in Tuscany. I always bring up Italy. I think I would love Italy. I think parts of Italy I would love. Maybe not Rome, right? Rome doesn't have the best reputation among Black women. being of being friendly to Black women. But maybe I get up a little higher, up into Tuscany. I would love a nice house sit. What is that other movie with Diane? What's her name? Where she bought the villa in Tuscany, right? I think I would enjoy that. Um, Turkey, and I still, right? So we had to not do the Turkey meetup. We moved that to Mexico. Turkey, put Turkey at the top of the list, and anywhere in Turkey, from Istanbul in the city to any of the beach areas to the Smyrna, the ancient artifacts areas, Izmir, the ancient artifacts areas, anywhere in Turkey, because I feel like in Turkey, I know I'm going to eat good. I know I'm probably going to have decent weather. There's going to be men to look at, even if they don't. I don't know if I don't know if dating in Turkey would be an awesome experience or not, but at least there's good looking men there. I still put Turkey at the top of the list, please. Thank you. Thank you. Halisi's our Black Utopia. What age will you move your child and you to Portugal? I don't know about it. I think the Netherlands is the future home. I think the Netherlands is the place to raise the kids. I think Portugal is like, it's just, I think for raising a family, right? Portugal for me alone, top of the list. I think for raising a family, I think we're talking the Netherlands, right? Their value, the education system alone makes it worth it. I think we'll see. We'll follow our good sis here who's on her way to the Netherlands. We'll see what she has to say about the quality of life there. I think the quality of life in the Netherlands is what would draw us in. Hi, Caddy Wagon. Email me, Stephanie at vicarious.com. Email me. Holla at your girl. Don't DM me. I don't open my DMs. Somebody yelled at me this week about not reading her DMs. I don't open my DMs. Okay? When you have 116,000 YouTube subscribers, you probably won't open your DMs either. Okay? In my DMs, either it's, can you do this work for free? Right? Can you answer all of my questions? And can you take some time, do some research, answer my questions in DM format for free? Or, you fat Black bitch, how dare you? Right? I don't open my DMs. Okay? Email me. I give my email address out pretty much on every live stream. Okay? People won't take the time to call me a fat Black bitch in email form, but they'll DM it to me all day. Right? Be a Black dark-skinned woman, fat Black dark-skinned woman on YouTube who feels good about herself. And see if people don't just feel like it's their responsibility to change that. It's a strange thing. It's a strange thing. I don't know. So anyway, I'm about to go into a whole other topic. So when I say this place is for Black women, it's because non-Black women don't treat me well on the internet. All right. I am treated well by Black women on the internet. That's why this is a space for Black women. All right. We've seen there are men here in the chat. Right. And I'm not saying I kick people out for not being a Black woman, but this is a space for Black women on the internet. Because the internet is not nice to fat, dark-skinned Black women who feel good about themselves. As we've seen, right? As we've seen. Our good sis Lizzo, right? We've seen this. I'm not an exception in any way. I'm not exceptional, right? But I don't open my DMs. I think I say this a lot, but people just don't hear it, right? When you see something on Instagram and you want to DM me, right? I'm not going to see it. I do not open my DMs. I don't do it. It's not a good place for me. It's not. I may have missed some wonderful opportunities by not opening my DMs, but I have saved myself so much free labor and irritation and upset. I like to improve my odds in a lot of different things, right? I'm going to Costa Rica to improve my motherhood odds. I'm also like improving my odds of having a good day by not doing some things. Protect my peace. Yes. Right. So that's what that's about. All right. That's what that's about. Yes. They just can't take it. They can't take it. They can't. It just really just does something to them on a molecular level that says you cannot rest until you have let this woman know what you think of her. This stranger, until you let this total stranger know what you think of her. So if I go to Costa Rica and I end up 30, 40 pounds lighter, it's not because somebody kept calling me fat. It's because really I just want to fit into clothes. We'll talk about this next week, but I have some concerns about Costa Rica. I wear an 18 or 20. I wear a 2X. Am I going to be able to fit into clothes in Costa Rica? So if something happens, it's probably just because I found a couple stores, a couple designers who I like, and I want to wear their clothes. All right. Don't worry about your girl losing weight for any other reason. I like being fat. I like it. Okay. But if something happens, my main concern, we'll talk about, I don't want to get too far into this. We'll talk about this next week. One of my very serious concerns about Costa Rica is, can I get clothes in Costa Rica? Right? Can I fit into clothes in Costa Rica? That's what we're going to talk about next week. Next week, I will be already in Costa Rica. I will be just off a full day of flying because even though there's a 6-hour direct flight, I didn't pay for that one because I want to fly business class. I'd rather pay for a connecting flight that takes me longer to get there and fly business class than pay for a direct flight and only want to pay for the coach direct flight. That's the thing about me. Okay, now that I fly business class, I only want to fly business class, but I'm not paying $4,000 to get there. Okay, I'm not doing that. So I'm paying for a connecting flight. So my flight leaves at 6 a.m. Eastern time. I arrive into Costa Rica, which means I'll probably get to the airport at 4. I am that person. The lounge opens at 4. I've already looked this up. Lounge opens at 4. I'm getting to the airport at 4 a.m. And then I arrive in Costa Rica at 1 something Mountain Time, which is 3 something Eastern time. So with 12 hours of flying or 12 hours of transportation. So this, what I'm saying is this time next Saturday, we're doing a video. I'll be here, but I may be just as groggy as I was getting started today. But that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what am I there to scout, right? It's a scouting trip to Costa Rica. What am I there to scout? So that's what next week's video is going to be all about. Yes. All right, I turned this corner very recently in my life, and there's no turning back. Okay, LaRonda. Hey, LaRonda. No turning back. I flew I flew business class for the first time just in 2021. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. The lounge, the space, the service. No turning back, right? But this means, okay, but I am business class still on a budget. I'm business class on a budget. So the $4,000 business class direct flight, I had to say no indeed. I'm paying a fraction of that to go business class with a connection in Miami. So I'll be in Miami for a couple of hours and then I'll get on to Costa Rica and whatever. But I do know that Costa Rica is a place where if I have an emergency I need to get back to the U.S., I can get on a 6-hour direct flight and be back. I know, right? So it was a toss-up. It wasn't really a toss-up. So I knew, right? Once I saw the price difference, I knew, right? I could either fly coach direct or business class with a connection. Connect me, baby. This just means I get a chance to go into the Miami lounge and maybe meet the future Mr. Perry, Mr. Stephanie, and his yacht, right? Maybe there's a chance that he's in that lounge waiting on me. Okay? So it just get one more opportunity, one more opportunity to meet this man with a yacht who for some reason is in the Miami lounge on September 9th, right? Like, who knows? So, yes, right? There are other people who would be like, Kat, no, I'm not connecting. Give me that direct flight. In an emergency, though, I do know that I can get the direct flight back. I do know I can get that direct flight back. Yeah, Patty's like, she's cut out the budget carriers. I've been cut them out. Even when I couldn't afford to not fly on a budget airline, I didn't fly on a budget airline, right? Like, even when I was like, ugh, how can I afford to, right? I'm not doing that. I've been cut them out. I've I've been cut them out. But truth be told, American Airlines is probably worse than some of these budget airlines out here in terms of cancellations, in terms of actually getting your luggage to the place, especially if you have a connecting flight. So who am I fooling, right? Those American Airlines flights that I took, some of them I probably would have been better off on Spirit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Aria D says, no turning back. It's been 10 years for me. Yeah. No turning back, right? Connie Perry's into business class and wheelchair service. She came to visit. I didn't tell you all this. She came to visit me in Curacao, come rolling up in a wheelchair. I was like, I said to the man, she can walk. That's what I said. Hating on her. She can walk. Right? But then we flew home and I was like, this is amazing. No, we flew somewhere else. This wheelchair service stuff is amazing. Girl, you getting wheelchair service everywhere. I mean, we stood in no lines. No lines. We got, they met her at the gate. We got put in front of everyone for everything. I'm like, we do this now too. All right? If you fly with me, you getting wheelchair service. I don't care how good you feel that day or how small it. Because I was like in Curacao, I was like, Mom, it's a little airport, right? You could walk. Hating on her. I was just hating on her. Just hating on her. She showed me the light, didn't she? Showed me the way. So that's how we do things now. Okay, not optional. Okay, he might be there, right? So who knows? That connection might save my life or change my life. It might change my life. Okay, y'all are in agreement with me on this. Kat says, name the 5 worst things about budget airlines. My main beef with budget airlines is they fly, as a person who's probably going international, right? I'm going on an international flight. They will get you to get you to the Miami or whatever, right? They'll get you there late. And then they don't have the connecting flight they don't have that second flight to the place you're actually going, but once a day. My main beef with budget airlines is if you miss that first connection because of something that's their fault, you're stuck. You're stranded for a whole day or 2, right? No, right? Most of these other airlines, most of the places you're going, if there's a delay and that thing is late, they can get you there that same day. These budget airlines, they're only flying there once a day, sometimes twice a week. So I missed this connection due to no fault of my own. You have no partners. That's the problem. They're solo. They don't have any partners. There's no other airline they can get me on. There's no other flight they can get me on. I have not been to I had not been to the beaches in Mexico until we went to Cancun because Katrina and I, in probably 2007, 2006, were flying to Mexico from DC. Our connecting flight got us there late for no reason, or no, our connecting flight was going to get us there late for some reason. And they were like, okay, so you're not going to be able to fly from wherever to Mexico until the next day or 2 days later or something like that. I just left. I left Katrina at the airport. Y'all figure this out. Katrina and Angie, and I think it's Katrina, Angie, and Stephanie, the other Stephanie. There's always another Stephanie. My name, I have such a common name. I think I left all of them there at the airport. I went home. I'm not dealing with Spirit Airlines. I'm not doing it. That was probably 2000. We might have still been in the Army, but I think we were just out of the Army. 2006, that was the last foray into dealing with these airlines. If they don't have any airline partners and something goes wrong on their end, it's all over. Never again. Never again. Okay. So we did it. Okay. She is. I was like, if y'all, when she came rolling around that car, I was like, she can walk. That's what I said. She can walk. Right. I was so happy to see her. She was so happy to see me. And then I'm like, those were my first words. She can walk. Then she explained to me how she was in front of everyone and all of that. And I was like, all right. Then I experienced it firsthand, leaving Cancun, right, flying to and from Cancun. I was like, oh, we do this now. She hacked it. I recommend y'all. I recommend it. If they say, do you need a wheelchair? The answer is yes. Everything about business class has been just wonderful, right? So I feel like if you're flying business class, you probably don't even need to worry about, well, okay, so I'm a business class flyer who also flies the cheapest business class flight, which means I'm probably arriving at midnight, okay? Arriving at midnight. Like, it doesn't even matter that I don't have global entry. I don't have global entry. You know why? I'm at the front of the line, baby. Who gets off the plane before me? Nobody. Ain't nobody here. I'm walking right up to the agent. Stamp me in. Thank you. Business class, right? Everything is smoother. It's not just the lounge. It's not just the service on the flight. It's also what happens after the flight, after you get off that plane. You're the first person. Your bags have priority on them, have priority. I don't know the difference between first class and business class, because like this flight that I'm taking to Costa Rica, the first leg is first class. The second leg is business class. I'm in the same seat. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. Okay. But I'm telling you, I'm doing it. I do it now. Yes, she did. Charisma said she's been taking some budget flights stateside lately. Wasn't bad. Was so scared. Just knew it was going to be the flight from hell. Yeah, never checked bags though. Yeah, I think with all airlines in the United States, right? With all airlines, if you can avoid checking a bag and avoid connections, you're avoiding a big portion of the potential problem. I'm just not in a place where I can do everything and carry on. I'm over trying to do everything with carry on as well. I want to check a bag, right? Because I take this, you can't see this. I take this big old light thing with me. I take stuff. I just need stuff to do my work, to do my job. I'm checking something. I'm checking something. Actually, going to Cancun, I checked it. I had my mom check a bag and I put half of my stuff in her bag, right? Yeah. Yes, but with any airline, not just a budget airline, with any airline, you're giving yourself a better chance of not having headaches if you can avoid checking a bag and if you can avoid the connection, right? That's where you have a problem. But I'll take those problems if it means I get to fly business class. She earned that service. She did. She did. Cheers to you, Mom. Cheers to you. Donna says wheelchair service is life changing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Are Asian budget airlines better? No. Well, Asian budget airlines tend to be more direct. In my experience, Asian budget airlines tend to fly you to the place without having to route you through the hub, right? So I flew direct from a small island in the Philippines to Vietnam, I'm pretty sure, without a connection, right? They tend to just go. Asian airlines are a lot like buses. Seriously, they're just like, yeah, where are you going? Yeah, you can get on, right? But the seats are small and uncomfortable. The most uncomfortable I've ever been, right? The most uncomfortable I've ever been on any bus, train, plane is on an Asian budget airline. So there's always a trade-off. Okay. So, Mom, what'd she say? The second time, so the first time we were already there, we just went to the car rental place. But in whatchamacallit, yeah, they even carried mine. It was a woman. Yeah, she even took my bag. Oh no. Yes, that was the man, the man, and then the woman was the going back home. Yes, he sure did. Because he had me huffing him. He was moving with that wheelchair. I'm like, hold on. I can't. He said, oh, put your bag on here. Yes, indeed. We do that now. We do wheelchair service now. Charisma, my son uses a wheelchair. We never wait for anybody anywhere. That's right. And we have pre-check and global entry. We are not part of the regular folk. It's a different experience. It's a different experience. It's a different airport life. Yes, indeed, Charisma. That's right. Okay. Whisperation. I paid for my Spirit ticket with the EBT card. What in the world? No. No. All right. We'll talk about this sometime, maybe, Julie. We'll talk about traveling with the carry-on. I think the tips are take a whole lot less, right? Like seriously, take a whole lot less, right? Are you going to a place with a washer and dryer or a place where you can get laundry done? Take a whole lot less. You're going to repeat the same stuff anyway, right? Packing cubes to help compress your things. I even have the expandable suitcase. So I'll pack my stuff in my packing cubes, put it in my suitcase, and expand it, right? And then compress the expandable suitcase down to the regular carry-on size by zipping that back up, right? Get all that air out of there. The wandering child, who is Monet, she uses the vacuum sealed bags. Like you want to get all the air out that you can, right? Take as little as possible, and then get all the air out of your stuff that you possibly can. I think those are the secrets to it. I get the air out by starting with my suitcase expanded, getting it zipped, and then pushing it down and zipping that expander out, unzip it or zipping up that expander. Get all the air out of your stuff that you possibly can. And then remember that you're going to just plan to repeat a whole bunch of outfits. Plan to get your stuff washed. When can you get your laundry done? Are you staying in an Airbnb with laundry service? Are you in a hotel with laundry service? Are you in a country where laundry service is a normal thing? Get your stuff washed. And shoes are the big problem. I don't have a shoe. I will plan an entire trip based on a color scheme, right? Cancun was orange with teal, right? So if I'm wearing orange, that means that these particular sandals these sandals go with everything. I wore orange all weekend in Cancun, except for the night that I wore teal, right? Shoes are the biggest problem, but that's my quick tips. Okay. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Next Saturday, I'll be in San Jose, Costa Rica, and we'll talk about the Costa Rica scouting trip. All right. That's it. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button if you have a second to hit the like button. Exodus Summit. I'm like, I need to be doing something. There's something important I need to be doing. If you're not yet registered for Exodus Summit 2022 Move Abroad Money, you're not giving yourself the best odds, right? We talked about the different ways that I try to improve my odds to get the things that I want, right? The way that I know for you to improve your odds of getting this Move Abroad money is to go to Exodus Summit 2022, learn how to get your Move Abroad money. This is not a summit where somebody's going to be like, oh, I did this thing, you should look into it. You ever go to talks and that's what they're saying? Yeah. Oh, I live abroad because I have real estate. You should do it. There are summits that would charge you a whole lot more and give you basically that amount of income. This is take the weekend off, get your notepad, your notebook, your laptop out, get your stuff prepared. Okay, because you are going to learn how to do the thing. You're going to learn the first steps you need to get this thing done. Okay, this is this kind of summit. Yes, okay. Right now, the ticket is $197 for the all access pass. That price is going up. There's not a session in Exodus Summit that's not worth $197 alone. There's not a session in Exodus Summit that won't make you $197 back. Okay? Get your all access pass to Exodus Summit because it's going to give you that Move Abroad money or that sabbatical money that you need. Money should not be the reason that you don't live your dreams, okay? It should not be the reason that you just watch other people do something, but you don't participate, you don't do it. Right now, if money is the reason that you can't hop on a plane to Costa Rica, okay? Come to Exodus Summit, okay? Rashida and I don't have these YouTube channels so that we can show you what we're doing and then leave it at that, right? Rashida and I are not about, oh, here's what I'm doing. Okay, good luck. Right? It's our mission. It's been our mission from the very beginning to show you how you can do it. There's no reason for us to just be here out in the world if we weren't going to also help you. Right? If we weren't going to also show you what's going to happen. or show you how to get yourself there, right? We could just be enjoying ourselves. She loves Mexico City. She could just be enjoying kicking back in Mexico City. But she takes the time to run a YouTube channel, to run a summit, to run a coaching program called From Burnout to Bliss, because she wants to get Black women there, right? She wants to get Black women to where she is, to a place where she doesn't have to work if she doesn't feel like it. She doesn't have to talk to or engage with people that she doesn't like, which means white men, right? She has built an entire life where she does not have to engage with, communicate with, talk to, make money from white men. It's Black women nirvana over here. All right. All right. But we don't talk this talk. We don't have these channels and we don't do these live streams just so that you can see what we're doing. No, we want you there. Right? There being your dream. Right. As we've said, my stuff is not your stuff. My dream's not your dream. My plans aren't your plans. But whatever that is, we want you to have it. We're not exceptional. She hates that sentence, but we're not exceptional. Everyone can do exceptional things, which by definition means no one is exceptional. I stand by that. I stand by that. I'm not exceptional. So there's no reason you can't do it. I mean, there's maybe a reason. Maybe the reason is money. Come to Exodus Summit. Okay. All right. You got it? We do this because we want this for you. Because we could just go off and enjoy our lives and not have to be harassed in our DMs. But we do this because we love it. We love you. And we get to see also, like, we get to see you thrive out here, just thriving, right? Halisi and her husband are on their way. Angela and Lamar out in the world living. Patty just came back from some time in Mexico. Abba out here. Abba, I don't even know. Are you still in Mexico City? Abba out here just living her life. We get to see it. We get to take our hearts soar from it. We get to take credit for it. So come to Exodus Summit 2022. Register at exodussummit.com. Okay? You don't have to keep watching other people win. You don't. Let's get your W's, okay? Latasha, do we have to register for each session? So right now, later. Okay, so right now you register for the summit, okay? And then you'll get an email once we have the schedule together. You'll get an email that tells you how to select the sessions that you want to get reminders for. You can come to every session if you want. You can come to every single, all 18 or 20 sessions, right? You can come to them all. But if you want a reminder for that session, right? You don't want to miss that session. You can come back once the schedule is done. You can come back and select which ones you want a reminder for, is what I mean by register for each session. So you don't have to register for each session, but you do have to you can set a reminder for each one in our platform over on exodussummit.com. But we're not ready for that yet. We're reorganizing the schedule, or not. We are organizing the exact speaker schedule and the exact lineup. The summit is August 8th through 10th. Probably in a few days. I don't know what a few means to you. To me, a few means 10 days. Probably within 10 days, you'll be able to select the exact schedule. You can come to every session, okay? Please don't come prepared to implement everything, Black women. Do not come to Exodus Summit and walk away with 18 money-making ideas. Walk away, please, ma'am, with one or two things. Okay, which is why we know each session is worth $197 cost, right? Right now it's $197. Cost increases on September 12th, okay? We know each session is worth the cost of the All Access Pass, okay? Because we don't want you to have to do 18 things for this to be worth it for you. Nobody should have 18 jobs. Nobody should have 18 jobs. I don't care. I don't care what those streams of income people tell you. I don't care what they tell you. No, this is not the Black woman season of do it all. This is the Black woman season of doing as little as possible. Okay. So some of you will come to Exodus Summit knowing that you're here to learn this one thing. or two things, right? Some of you will come to Exodus Summit not sure which ones are going to stand out for you. You'll come to several sessions. And then at that session, you'll say, this is for me, or maybe this is not for me, but this is for me. Okay. And then you will, before the summit is over, you will know how to implement this thing into your life, this money making strategy into your life, right? Whether it's selling feet pics on the internet, right? Or renting your home on Airbnb, or some of the things I'm not allowed to announce yet. Okay. This is not a, oh, I learned that you can do this and I learned that you can do that. No, this is a, I know how to make money doing this thing now. Okay? If you've been to Exodus Summit before, you know that we're serious. If you're new to this world, hi, welcome. Okay? You're going to have to read some reviews. Some of y'all are review readers. Read some reviews and some testimonials. Some of our alumni is in the chat today. Out living, out thriving. I saw Angela, right? Out here thriving. Some of our alumni out in the world thriving, okay? But if you've been to Exodus Summit before, just get your ticket. You already know, okay? You already know. You already know, all right? I don't think I have to tell y'all too much, okay? The ticket prices increase September 12th, so go ahead and get your ticket now so that you don't have to say, oops, you know? And I also saw one more question, is the weekend pass worth it? Is the basic worth it? Hi, Marsha Massey. Hi. Is it worth it? It's worth it to get yourself. Yes. Okay. The basic pass comes with access to all of the sessions. And the basic pass gives you access to the accountability groups that will be set up during the summit, which are also invaluable. Having an accountability group of Black women who are working towards the same end goal as you is such a significant indicator of success, right? It means you're going to win. Okay. So yes, the basic is worth it. Okay. Now, who needs to upgrade? If you want the courses and the bonuses that we're giving, the upgrade is worth it all in all, because you're going to get the bonuses that are 2 or 3, 4 times what the price of the ticket is. Okay. But also, if you want to come to the bonus, I don't know what we're calling them. And I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you what the bonus sessions are. Okay, I don't think I can tell you what the bonus sessions are. The bonus sessions are worth it. If you need to know what the bonus sessions are to know if they're worth it, get your basic ticket today, get your weekend pass today, and then you can upgrade later and apply the weekend pass money to the bonus sessions. Because I don't think we've confirmed at all what our bonus sessions are to tell you. Okay. So but we do them every year. Every year we do bonus sessions with certain speakers where you get to do, it's basically a time where you get to make sure that you have your needs met in this world. You have your questions met in this space. Okay. So bonus sessions, yes, worth it. If you want to wait and upgrade later, you can do that. If not, just upgrade today. If you've attended an Exodus Summit, if you've attended Exodus Summit 2020 or 2021, you already know to just get the all access pass, because you're just going to end up upgrading later. But it's okay if you want to wait and upgrade later once we announce what the bonus sessions are. Because right now, I think we've only, yeah. Okay. The bonus session. Okay. So to me, House Sitter School plus the discount on From Burnout to Bliss plus the other bonuses that are in there are worth the upgrade today. If you're not interested in House Sitter School and you don't yet know From Burnout to Bliss, because you're new, hi, then it's okay. Go ahead and get the weekend pass. You can upgrade later. Okay. That's what I'll tell you. That's what, if I were new to us, that's what I would do. Okay. If I were someone who's already been to an Exodus Summit event, I would just get the all access pass today. Or if I was a person who saw the bonuses and was like, I want these, I would just get the all access pass today. That's how I would operate. Okay. I almost forgot. I was like, I feel like there's something important that that I'm forgetting to talk to y'all about. Yes, we're coming up on Exodus Summit time. Exodus Summit season is such a wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Exodus Summit season is the most wonderful time of the year. This is the season where we get to see Black women just form a new plan for their lives, right? Like just it opens new doors for Black women. Yes. So Creating Me, I think, yes, at $197, you get at either ticket, you get all of the regular sessions, all of those 18 regular sessions, okay? At either ticket, okay? The difference is with the all access pass, you get those bonuses that are listed at exodussummit.com, and you're going to get a couple of kind of like co-working sessions with a speaker from one of the other earlier sessions. It's hard for me to explain it to you without telling you the confirmed bonus sessions yet, and I think we've only confirmed one of the two bonus sessions, right? So what we do for the bonus session is we bring in a speaker from one of the other sessions, and you get time to get a Q&A. You get time to ask like your really specific questions about the thing, right? The speaker has already spoken. The speaker has already given you the steps that you need to take. You've taken your notes. You've had some time to sit back, maybe get started. And then now you get the bonus session where you get to say, hey girl, you said do this. Here are my questions. Okay, that's the bonus. Those are the two. We're having two different speakers to come in and do a bonus sessions, but I don't have the info yet. I can't tell you who they are. We're not confirmed yet. Okay. Also, this is really important. I forgot that. I'm sorry. Thank you, Rashida. Okay, this is really important as well. All Access Pass gives you longer access to the replays of Exodus Summit 2022. Because these are sessions where you're learning how to do stuff. Because these aren't just sessions where like, oh, you should look into this. Oh, you should look into, right? No, because these are sessions where you're learning how to do stuff. The replays are really helpful. And so you're going to want longer access to the replays. This is really important. Thank you, Rashida. So if you get the All Access Pass, you have access to the replays from Exodus Summit 2022 for a full year. Whereas if you get the Weekend Pass, you have access to them, I'm going to say 4 weeks. It's on the website. It's on exodussummit.com. I'm going to say 4 weeks to be safe. I know it's at least 4 weeks. Okay. This is really probably the best reason to upgrade to the All Access Pass today, because some of these sessions, you're going to need time, right? You're going to need to come back to it. These are not like, I mean this. These are not like, oh, you should try this, right? You ever been to a talk and you're like, I thought you were going to teach me how to do it. I went to an in-person event one time with a travel blogger, and she was making good money travel blogging. And I paid to be there. I paid to get there. I paid to attend. And she was like, oh, you just get sponsors. You should get sponsors. Like, I came here. Your talk is about making money from travel blogging. I came here for you to tell me how to get sponsors. At least 3 steps, right? Give me I love some steps, right? Give me the first steps, or give me the things I can do to improve my odds or something. Right? That talk was, you should have I have sponsors, and so I can go here. Look at this sponsored trip, and look at that sponsored trip. Okay. Rashida and I are not that type of people. We don't host that type of event, and we don't book those types of speakers. Okay. This is a summit where please block your calendar. 3-step process here. Buy your ticket, block your calendar, and then show up. Show up, ready to take notes, ready to ask questions, ready to implement. Okay. This is what Exodus Summit is. I know that people do things different ways on the internet. All right. I know what it's like to be like, oh, do I know that feeling. Okay. We have alumni here in the chat today. It works. We have alumni here in the chat today who are out living their dream. We have alumni. Angela's in Mexico with her husband and kids and dogs. Right? Halisi, you guys is in Denver, but on her way back to Portugal to finish the residency process. Right? Abba's out just living. I'm sorry if you're an alumni from Exodus Summit and you're in the chat. I'm sorry. I didn't see these are the alumni who I saw. Charisma out. Charisma been bopping, right? Charisma and her son have just been everywhere. Spent a significant amount of time in Dominican Republic, but they've been all over, right? And they're in the U.S. for now, headed on their way back to Mexico, right? We have alumni from Exodus Summit who are doing the thing. Okay, so I hope that you go ahead and get your ticket. block off your calendar. Okay, we'll give you the actual session calendar sometime soon, but just block off the weekend right now. Block it off. The 8th, 9th, and 10th. 10th is Columbus Day. Block them off now. And then come ready to do some work. Come ready to ask questions, to take notes, to talk to your neighbor, right? You're going to be able to hang out with the other women who are in the summit virtually. So come ready to meet some new people as well. Okay? Okay. Okay. All right. My mom says community is an exciting benefit of Exodus Summit. My mom loves people. Yeah, right. Like we can't discount how wonderful it is to meet other women who are doing this. A lot of you feel like the weirdo, right? A lot of you feel like you're on your own and you're going against the grain and you're rejecting something that everyone has told you your whole life should be focused on. You're trying to do something new and you just don't have support. You just don't have community. You don't have anybody on your side. Anytime you talk about it, you have to say, well, here's why I want to do it. And because I'm still a good mother. I want to move to another country. My kids are 30 and 32. I'm a good mother. I'm still right. Like you feel like you have to hedge and hem and haw every time you talk about this thing. Not with us, not with the Exodus Summit community. No, you don't. You do not have to spend your time justifying why you want to live your life. You don't have to. If you've never had a community of women, especially Black women, if you've never had a community of Black women who are just on your side, you're about to be in for a shock, in for a surprise. There's no community on the internet like this community. Which I think you've seen today, right? You've seen in this chat. When is the last time you were in a live stream chat with 300, 400, 500 people and there was not bickering and arguing and insulting and rude comments and trolls? Well, we do get trolls, but they're just like trying to get us to their, I don't really know what that one is that comes up all the time, the nude pictures people. Yes, some of you know what that feels like, to always have to explain why you want something different. Well, welcome to Exodus Summit, where you ain't got to explain why you want what you want. Even if it is a little different from what we want. Even if we're moving abroad and you want a tiny house on wheels. We get it. We're with you. We get it. All right? This is not a place where you have to be like, I hear that all the time. Oh, so heartbreaking. Women will be like, I want to move abroad. I love my kids. I'm like, girl, your kids are you're a grandmother, right? You don't have to explain why you want a life apart from them. Not apart, but like a life on your own that doesn't center them and revolve around them. Okay? Some of us know what it's like to feel like the weirdo. Well, you know what? We're just weirdo gang. We're going to be weirdo gang together. Okay? We're going to be weirdo gang together at Exodus Summit. All right? We're going to be weirdo gang together. All right? You're going to find women who want to go where you want to go. I see you, Loranda. I want to go to Ghana. You're going to find women who want to go there. So we already have accountability groups that are focused on the locations that women want to move to. For this summit, hopefully we'll also include accountability groups for women focused on the money source that they're working towards, right? So, we're doing the talk on Airbnb your home. So hopefully we'll have an Airbnb accountability group. We're doing the talk on real estate investing without being a landlord. Hopefully that will be its own accountability group, right? We're doing phone sex. So hopefully we will have a phone sex group. We're doing the feet pics. We're doing the other things that I'm not allowed to announce. Whatever you heard me say earlier, you didn't hear me say, okay? Who you gonna believe? You didn't hear me say what you heard me say. All right, Monday, please join us on the Exodus Summit YouTube channel, which I don't have the link to because it's not just Exodus Summit. But if you just look up Exodus Summit, on YouTube, please join us Monday. We're going to be announcing more sessions live. Okay, so that is Monday, September 5th at noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific. So you can kick off your Labor Day with us like you did your Saturday, which I appreciate. Yeah, kick off your Labor Day with us on Monday, where we're going to be talking about actual new sessions that I'm allowed to talk about. and actual speakers that I'm allowed to tell you about. Okay, Rashida and I are excited to talk with you on Monday, and then we're excited to be with you in Exodus Summit, which is all online, and then we're excited to see what happens. We're excited to see where you go, what you do, who you get to become, and what we get to take credit for. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thanks for hanging out today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being so wonderful in the chat as always. Thank you for taking good care of each other. Thank you for being so kind to me. Please make sure that you extend that same kindness to yourself in some way today, right? If you've given me grace in something that I've said, right, that required you to give me a little grace, also give yourself some grace, right? If you didn't judge me for saying I want children, but I don't want to do the labor of motherhood, right? Then how about you also don't judge yourself for being very clear about what you want in your own life? Or don't judge yourself for not being clear yet, right? We're going to get there. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon. Everything good in the chat? Okay. We'll see you soon. Make sure that you register for Exodus Summit and block off your calendars. Okay. You don't want to be the person who was like, oh, shoot, I forgot. Okay. I'm telling you. Okay. We'll see you guys very soon next week from Costa Rica. Same time, 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay. Bye.